courage that many of us face on a lot of different levels. The first year that I came to spend an hour with you, I walked up those stairs without any help. The next year I came to be with you, I walked up the steps with great difficulty, and I sat up there. This year I told Steve, I can't do it anymore. I went on a flight with some friends. This is all I'm going to say about it. We went to Eugene, Oregon to the NCAA track championships and had a great time, but they have a private plane. And I had to butt my way up the steps backwards. That is so embarrassing. That is so hard. That kind of vulnerability for me is something that I'm struggling greatly with, but my knees have just gone to poop. And this is my new baseline. My doctors say it to me, and we are in the process of making the adjustment. I am humiliated, but that's what humility is. When you place yourself or you're placed into a position where humility and surrender has to become a part of your life. Where at one point I was totally independent, now I'm interdependent. I have a large army, thank the Lord, and a lot of people who offer to help. At some point in my life, I may become dependent. But that's my journey. And that's what Jesus means when he says weak. Give it up and accept where you are. Happy are those who are hungry and are thirsty for the right things. They will be the ones who will discern the right and will point the rest of us sheep in the right direction. Happy are those who are merciful, because they are soft enough to combat the hardness and cruelty in our world and remind the rest of us, like me, who hate more than I should, that that's not the way of Jesus. Happy are the true hearts. Those of us who are head Christians need you very, very much. Happy are those who make peace. They have had the courage to confront wrongs in order to reestablish peace. Happy are those whose witness to the love of Jesus threatens their safety. Happy are you when people insult you, persecute you, say all types of evil against you for my sake. Then Jesus concludes, rejoice and be so glad. I'm not going to stop there, but I could, because this is the way that we have chosen by virtue of the fact that we are here together today. No wonder that there are Christians in current America who either want to ignore these words, or worse, preachers and teachers who no longer hold these words central to their faith and to the faith that they teach and live. So it is time for a reset. As many of today's Christians choose to walk to the beat of a new drummer, I want us to consider this. Culturally and politically, the Christian movement realized in order not to worship the empire. That was its early days. Christians would have to resign themselves to the fact that they were a minority status with the overlay of an unpopularity or even danger. Their status would change in the 4th century when the Emperor Constantine would embrace the Christian faith and establish the first state church. Conforming to the first state church was not a real option, but Jesus made it clear in these words that power and popularity would be replaced by love, grace, service, and the very real possibility of rejection, if not harm. So, I want us to go back and listen to a few passages in the Old Testament to be reminded that the love of God for all is at the heart of the words of Jesus. The first passage is Leviticus 19. Where the writer says this: when you harvest your grain, always leave some of it standing along the edges of your fields, and don't pick up what falls on the ground. Don't strip your grapevines clean or gather the grapes that fall off the vines. Leave them for the poor and for those foreigners. Oh my gosh, there's the F word. And for those foreigners who live among you. I am the Lord your God. Do not steal or tell lies or cheat others. Do not steal anything. I am the Lord your God, and I command you not to make fun of the deaf or to cause a blind person to stumble. Be fair, no matter who is on trial. Don't favor either the poor or the rich. Don't be a gossip, but never hesitate to speak up in court, especially if your testimony can save someone's life. Don't hold grudges. Ooh, that is a knife to my heart. On the other hand, it's wrong not to correct someone who needs correcting. Stop being angry and don't try to take revenge. I am the Lord, and I command you to love others as much as you love yourself. Where have we heard that before? And then I conclude in Deuteronomy chapter 6 in the Jewish tradition, the great Shema, the call of God. Listen, Israel, the Lord our God is the only true God. So love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, and strength. Memorize the laws and tell them to your children over and over again. Talk about them all the time, whether you're at home or walking along the road or going to bed at night or getting up in the morning. Write down copies and tie them to your wrists and foreheads to help you obey them. Write these laws on your doorframes. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul,